So mothers don't, in many countries, mothers don't have the first right. It's the father.
Because overall, the man is supposed to be the leader, basically, I guess.
The man has the name, right? The man's country decides what passport the child will have if he's born overseas, right? So therefore, a lot is placed on the man. And what that now forces to happen, someone who is typically more emotional about situations needs to come to some sort of logical understanding, and you're going to have to sit and talk about it, see eye to eye. There's not going to be a whole system, backing you up. And
like in Philly, basically.
Look, listen, I know about child support, because after I tell you the story, I got to tell you what I came back to.
Well, let's go.
So I got out there, I was moving around. Shorty didn't have the network that I thought that she might have after being there. It wasn't all I expected, but I knew I had to move around. I was looking for jobs. I was going on interviews, but I didn't have the experience, GCC experience.
Did you had a baby with you?
Nah, I didn't. By this point, he went to live with his mother for a little bit, and then eventually he went to stay with my mother.
Oh, okay. Grandma.
Yeah, grandma, mama. Shout out to my mom, Mimos. I mean, she's a pioneer. She got her own story. But yeah, so I was trying to find the experience, trying to get the job. Nothing was landing. I started going out with this one girl that I met, and she put me on the scene. And instead of just being all Joe with the dudes I was popping, I met all the security.
Oh, cool.
I got close to all the security, all the service staff, because I realized that out there, nobody paid them attention. Most of them was from West Africa. And
you was hip with it already.
Absolutely. And then now what ended up happening is I could walk into any place by myself like I'm VIP. So I didn't really need anybody to be around me after a while. One shorty started introducing me around. They knew that, oh yeah, that's Jet. He from New York, yada, yada, yada. And I ended up meeting somebody else from New York, so we kind of clicked up. And then I met this girl. And she was like, yeah, I'm only in town, for one more week. And I was like, well, I got a girl. She was like, well, I'm here only one more week. We ended up having an escapade. Shorty was out of town, blah, blah, blah. And by this point, I already had...
Escapade is a good time?
Oh, yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah.
It was a great time. It was a great time. It was same night, same fight, but she didn't leave for a week. You know what I mean? By this time, I had my own spot. This was like 5 months in. I was staying in a hotel, and my landlord called me the last day that she was in town, and he was like, listen, I need, my money. I was working with a startup. I met this dude. I started working with a startup. He promised to pay me, but he didn't pay me on time all the time. So I was back on my rent. Landlord called me to tell me like, yo, you're going to have to bounce. And I was like, all right. So, I hung up the phone, and I thought Dubai was over for me. I didn't really reach the target. Shorty heard me on the phone, and she's like, what's wrong? And I ain't feel right being vulnerable with a shorty that, I just met. Yeah. But when I told her the story, she just looked at me, she got up, and she left. And I was like, damn, she was all about the paper, But she came back an hour later with $2,700. It's about 10,000 dirham. And she was like, yo, I believe in you, and I believe that you're meant to be here. You got a bigger purpose.
Yeah, there's some good people out here that just see you.
So she ends up moving back to London. I pay the bill. And I'm like, cool, at least I got a place to visit in London, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
She ends up calling me like a week later, like, yo, I got a job offer out there and I'm coming back. And I'm like, all right, well, this was like a 1 week thing, but, I got a girl. She's like, nah, I understand. She come back, she trying to see me in the day, my ladies in the night at the time. And then she was like, yo, what's up with the job search? I was like, I've been trying, but... She takes my CV or my resume, she looks at it, she's like, yo, this experience is amazing. I was like, yeah, well, make it translate. She said, she said, I work in HR, right? I was like, well, I kind of didn't ask that question during all the phone. So she ends up contacting a guy that was a recruiter that helped her get a job. And when he seen my resume, he was like, I got 3 opportunities for interviews with you. And the first one was with Samsung Gulf Electronics. So that's the Middle Eastern branch of Samsung. And it was to be a marketing manager. I got interviewed 3 times, killed all 3 interviews, and got hired.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes, yes.
You know, out the gate.